Hello everyone. Today we are going to start new chapter unit 3, which is oscilloscope, function generator and spectrum analyzer. So this unit consists of 14 marks. The weightage of this unit is 14 marks. So in this unit we are going to cover some topics, that is CRO, block diagram of CRO, CRT, cathode ray tube. In that CRT we will cover vertical deflection system, horizontal deflection system and various some other topics. Then we will cover Lysage's patterns for phase and frequency measurements. Then DSO, block diagram of DSO, various function and applications of DSO. Then function generator, block diagram, functions and applications, as well as we will also cover the spectrum analyzer. So in today's lecture we are going to cover two topics, that is CRO and CRT. Let us see the block diagram of general purpose CRO. CRO is nothing but cathode ray oscilloscope, which is a common laboratory instrument that provides accurate time and amplitude measurements of voltage signals over a wide range of frequency. So we will understand the principle of oscilloscope. Let us consider a torch which is focused on a piece of cardboard. The light beam will make a bright spot where it strikes the cardboard or screen. Hold the torch still, the spot remains still. Move the torch, the spot also moves. If the movement is slow, the eye can follow the movement, but if it is too fast for the eye to follow, the persistence of vision causes the eye to see the pattern traced by the spot. So when we wave the torch from side to side, a horizontal line is traced. Similarly, we can have a vertical line or a circle. Hence, if the torch is moved in any manner at a very rapid rate, light would be traced, just like a drawing or writing. So similar action takes place in the CRT of a oscilloscope. The torch is replaced by an electron gun. Here we can see this is the electron gun. The light beam by a narrow electron beam and the cardboard by the external flat end of a glass tube, which is chemically coated to form a fluorescent screen. So this part is the fluorescent screen. Hence, the electron gun generates the beam which moves down the tube and strikes the screen. So this is the electron beam which strikes the screen. The screen glows at the point of collision, producing a bright spot. So you can see here this is a luminous spot, which is also known as a bright spot. When the beam is deflected by means of an electric or magnetic field, the spot moves accordingly and traces out a pattern. Now we will see one by one the blocks of a general purpose CRO, that is oscilloscope. Here we can see first block is vertical amplifier, delay line, trigger circuit, time based generator, horizontal amplifier, of course the CRT also. Vertical deflection plates, horizontal deflection plates. See, these are the parts of CRO: cathode ray tube, vertical amplifier, delay line, time based generator, horizontal amplifier, trigger circuit, power supply. First we will see cathode ray tube. It is the heart of oscilloscope. When the electrons emitted by the electron gun strikes the phosphor screen, a signal is displayed on the CRT, as I already told in the CRT. Vertical amplifier. The input signals are amplified by the vertical amplifier. Usually, the vertical amplifier is a wideband amplifier which passes the entire band of frequencies. So here the input signals are amplified by vertical amplifier, and it is a wideband amplifier which passes the entire band of frequencies. It can passes any range of frequencies. Next we will see delay line. So this circuit is used to delay the signal for a period of time in the vertical section of CRT. So when the input signal is not applied directly to the vertical plates because the part of the signal gets lost when a delay time is not used. So when a delay time is not used, the input signal is not applied directly to the vertical plates because the part of the signal gets lost. So therefore the input signal is delayed by a period of time. So we have to give the delay for the input signal for a period of time. Next we will see the time based generator, or we can say sweep generator. The time based circuit uses a UJT, that is unijunction transistor, which is used to produce the sweep. The sawtooth voltage produced by the time based circuit is required to deflect the beam in the horizontal section. The spot is deflected by the sawtooth voltage at a constant time. Next we will see horizontal amplifier. So whatever the sawtooth voltage produced by the time based generator or time based circuit is amplified by the horizontal amplifier before it is applied to horizontal deflection plate. Next is trigger circuit. So the signals which are used to activate the trigger circuit are converted to trigger pulses for the precision sweep operation whose amplitude is uniform. So hence input signal and sweep frequency can be synchronized. So next we will see the power supply. So what type of voltages we can apply to the cathode ray tube. So the voltages required by CRT, horizontal amplifier and vertical amplifier are provided by the power supply block. So it is classified into two types: negative high voltage supply and positive low voltage supply. So the voltage for negative high voltage supply is from the range that is minus 1000 volts to minus 1500 volt. The range of positive voltage supply is from 300 volts to 400 volts. So this is all the functions of the block diagram of CRO. So next topic is cathode ray tube. Here we can see the diagram of cathode ray tube. Cathode ray tube or CRT is a vacuum tube of special geometrical shape which converts an electrical signal into a visual one. A CRT makes available large number of electrons which are accelerated due to high velocity and are brought to focus on a fluorescent screen where it produces a spot when strikes it. The electron beam is deflected during its journey in response to the applied electrical signal. So as a result, the electrical signal waveform is displayed visually. So here we will see the various parts of cathode ray tube. So from the starting part, this is the cathode grid, which is a small cylinder. Next is focusing anode, accelerating anode. So these three are included in the electron gun section. So electron gun consists of cathode grid, focusing anode, accelerating anode. After that the electron beam travels through vertical deflection plates, horizontal deflection plates, and it strikes the screen, and we are getting the electrical signal waveform and it is displayed visually. Next we will discuss each part of the CRT in detail. First we will see glass envelope. It is conically highly evacuated glass housing which maintains vacuum inside it and supports various electrodes. The inner wall of CRT between the neck and screen are usually coated with material known as aqueduct. This aqueduct we can see in the diagram. This coating is electrically connected to the accelerating anode so that electrons which accidentally strike the walls are returned to the anode, which prevents the wall from charging to the high negative potential. Next we will see electron gun assembly. Electron gun assembly, as I told you, it consists of indirectly heated cathode, a control grid, a focusing anode and an accelerating anode, it is used to produce a focused beam of electrons. The control grid is held at negative potential with respect to cathode. So the control grid, we are giving negative voltage. However, The two anodes are held at high positive potential with respect to cathode. The cathode consists of cylinder coated with oxide coating and it provides large number of electrons. The control grid encloses the cathode and consists of metal cylinder with a tiny circular opening to keep the electron beam small. By controlling the positive potential on it, the focusing anode focuses the electron beam into a sharp pin point. So, due to the positive potential of about 10,000 volt on the accelerating anode, which is much larger than on the focusing diode, the electron beam is accelerated to high velocity. So, when we provide positive potential of about 10,000 volt, the accelerating anode, which is larger than focusing anode, the electron beam will accelerate to high velocity. So, in this way, electron gun assembly forms a narrow accelerated electron beam which produces a spot of light when it strikes the screen. So, this was the function of electron gun assembly. So, next is the deflection plate assembly. It consists of two sets of deflecting plates within the tube beyond the accelerating anode and is used for the deflection of the beam. So, one set is called vertical deflection plate and the other set is called horizontal deflection plate. The vertical deflection plates are mounted horizontally in the tube. So, the direction of the vertical deflection plate is horizontally, and on application of proper potential on these plates, the electron beam can be made to move up and down vertically on the screen. So, this was the function of vertical deflection plates. Now, we will see how the horizontal deflection plates will act. So, they are mounted vertically in the tube. On application of proper potential, it is positive negative, the electron beam can be made to move right and left horizontally on the screen. The next is screen. The screen is coated with some fluorescent material such as zinc, orthosilicate, zinc oxide, etc. and is the inside face of the tube. So, when high velocity electron beam strikes the screen, a spot of light appears at the point of impact. The color of this spot depends upon nature of fluorescent material. Next is working of cathode ray tube. So, as the cathode is heated, so it will produce large number of electrons. Then these electrons pass through control grid on their way to screen. The control grid controls the amount of current flow in vacuum tube. So, if negative potential on control grid is high, this is the most important point. If the negative potential on the control grid is high, fewer electrons will pass through it. Hence, electron beam will produce a dim spot of light. And when the reverse will happen, means reverse will happen when negative potential on the grid is reduced. Therefore, the intensity of light spot on the screen can be controlled by changing the negative potential on the control grid. So, after leaving control grid, the beam comes under the influence of focusing and accelerating anodes. Since the two anodes are at high positive potential, so therefore they produce a field which acts as an electrostatic lens to converge the electron beam at a point on the screen. So, after leaving the accelerating anode, the electron beam comes under the influence of vertical and horizontal deflection plates. So, when no voltage is applied to these deflection plates, the electron beam produces a spot of light at the center as shown by point O in figure below on the screen. So, in the figure we will see how the horizontal and vertical deflection plates are working. So, if the voltage is applied to the vertical deflection plates only, the electron beam and so as the spot of light will be deflected upwards, that is point O1. Here you can see when the positive voltage is there, it will go upward, and the negative potential is there, then it will deflect downwards. It is for vertical deflection plates. And similarly, the spot of light can be deflected horizontally by applying voltage across the horizontal deflection plates. So, this spot will move from left to right. So, in this way, we have completed the explanation of two topics, that is CRO and CRT. Thank you.